Hyper independence is a trauma response, and this is due to going through life relying on people, but them not following through what they said that they were going to do. And here's the thing, I'm not talking about somebody saying that they're going to call you back and then they don't call you back. Like, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about things where you are in a vulnerable position and they say they got you, but they don't got you. So now you're in a worse position than you're already in. And when you go through life being in those situations, that rewires your brain chemistry and puts your nervous system out of whack, because you are in a vulnerable position and that person says that they're going to help you, that they got you. And then when you rely on them, they don't follow through for you. So then you start to learn, okay, the only person that I have is myself. That's where the hyper independence comes into play. And here's the thing that we don't talk about. There are people out here who prey on people like that. There are people out here who will purposely try to create a trauma bond within you. Hold on, y'all. Let me put y'all on stand because this video. Ooh. There are people who will purposely create a trauma bond because they want you to rely on them, but they don't want to look like they, they pretty much put this trauma bond into play. So I promise I'm gonna give you an example so it makes sense. So say like you're moving, right? You're moving and somebody who wants to instill a trauma bond, they say, hey, I will pay your first month rent. You don't have to worry about that. Mind you, rent ain't $50. It's like a couple $1,000s, right? I'll pay your first month rent, so you don't have to worry about that, right? Mind you, you are already in a position where it's just like, I have to spend a whole bunch of money, but they're going to cover my first month of rent. So, oh my goodness, what a relief. I don't have to worry about that. So guess what you do? You start planning your move around not having to pay that first month of rent. So guess what you do? You take that couple $1,000s you would have paid for rent and you put it to something else, right? So guess what happens? You pull up to your apartment and you hit up the person like, hey, like you said you was gonna help me pay the rent, so what's up? And they're like, oh, I don't got the money. Oh, they make up an excuse. They didn't lose their job. Nothing drastic happened where they couldn't give you the money. They just don't give you the money. So guess what you have to do? You have to go into debt, or you end up having to sleep in your car because you don't have the money for rent. I want you to think about that. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you should have had a written contract and all this nonsense. Trauma bonds aren't created with strangers. They're created with people who you would call family. They're created with your family. They're created in your bloodline, people that you trust or people that you should trust. That's where the trauma is created. People will be quick to say, oh, well, you should have had a contract. Let's be freaking for real. Your boyfriend said he gonna do something for you. You're really gonna be like, hey, babe, sign this contract for me so I know you're gonna do that. No, you're not doing that. Exactly. So let's be for real. You are relying on this person that you trust. That's the thing. You have to trust them. You are relying on this person that you trust to come through for you. And they don't come through for you. And it's not because they can't. It's because they simply don't. They simply don't come through for you. So guess what? You're out of luck. So you either have to go into debt or you have to sleep in your car or do something. But now you are in a worse off position than you were before. Mind you, they said that they would do this for you. It's not like you asked them to do it for you. And even if you did, they should be like, hey, I don't have it right now. I'm sorry. But they said that they will come through for you and they didn't. I want y'all to think about that for a second. This ain't no small, I'm going to call you back and they don't call you back. No. They were going to come through for you for a couple $1,000s and they don't. That screws you up financially. And you want to know something? They purposely did that. They said that they got you, knowing that they don't got you. It was on purpose. Because now guess what you're doing? Oh my God, please, like, I really need this money. You begging now. And that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to beg for their help. Mind you, they were given this help freely. They came to you to help you. They don't come through for you. So now you're chasing after them, wanting the help. Come on now. They're creating a trauma bond. And people like, oh, well, maybe they're not doing it on purpose. Baby, let me tell you something. There are people out here who carry bitterness, unforgiveness, jealousy, envy on the inside of them, and they see you trying to level up in life, and they purposely try to create this trauma bond, because how dare you try to level up in life? Oh no, in order for me to feel powerful, I need somebody like you to rely on me, because that feeds my ego. That's exactly how it goes. That feeds my ego. So they set you up. They set you up. But see, on the surface, it don't look like it to other people. Let me tell you something about abusers and manipulators and people who are out here being deceptive. They have to prime the community around you first before they do what they do to you. Because then when you speak out, the people around look like, oh, well, you know, Michaela done lost it. They've already primed the people around you. The people who you cool with, they've already dropped a little seed in their ear. And see, here's the problem with people who are around you. Sometimes this entire situation exposes how those people truly feel about you. Because how is somebody able to come up to you, say something about me, and you believe them? I'm confused. I'm the type of person, if you say something to me about somebody that I know, I'm going to go to them and be like, hey, you know, such and such, you know, is, you know, I'm just wanted to verify because that don't sound like you. That's not in your character. Oh, okay. And sometimes I don't even need to go to the person because I already know that's not in their character. So what you coming to me for? Right? But anywho, a lot of people will simply believe a lie that somebody tells about you, but they supposed to be your friends. They supposed to be cool with you, but they believe in a lie. So then when this person does this thing to you, it doesn't look like they purposely set you up. I need people to understand this. I was in the Bible in Ephesians 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, against the schemes of the devil. One of the schemes of the devil is to create a trauma bond, is to use people to create trauma bonds with you. And you want to know the cure to that? You want to know the cure to that? You dying to idolatry and recognizing that he is the only person that you need. When you go through life having idolatry within, now see, here's the thing. Sometimes people want you to idolize them, and they condition you to idolize them. We go through life thinking we have an idolatry problem, sweetie. That person wanted you to idolize them. You've been conditioned, mentally conditioned to idolize that person. This actually starts when you're a child. You want to go this way. Your parents want you to go that way. Mind you, you're at an age, you're not like a baby, because babies do need structure. But as you get older, like let's say your teenage years, you're in high school, and you start trying to do your own thing, make your own decisions, and you have to run everything by your parents first. A lot of parents will disagree and be like, oh, well, you know, my child, I'm responsible for them and this, that, and third. But you are conditioning your child to have to run everything by you. So when they're an adult in the real world, right? Not in a controlled environment like your home. When they are in the world, they will not be able to make decisions for themselves. They have to go to you first. That is a problem. That is, what's it called? Arrested development, like mental, like arrested development. This is how you have adults 25, 26, 30, 35, 40 who cannot make decisions on their own without running it by their parents. This is how you have teenagers who are sneaky because they have overly strict parents. Their parents won't let them make decisions. And when you think about it, the decisions that these children are making ain't even like something crazy. It's something that they want to do. Oh, well, I'm going to join this club. Well, I don't want you to do that. Okay. And then they realize that, you know, every time I try to make a decision on my own, my parents disagree and stuff like that. And then they try to force me to do what they want me to do, but I don't want to do that. So then they start sneaking around. And then that's when you really get into trouble, because now they're sneaking around doing stuff that could be harmful, but you condition them to think this way, to act this way. But anywho, I don't want to get too much off topic. The point I'm trying to make is there are people who, and I'm not saying all parents do this like on purpose, but I'm talking about the people who purposely try to do this. When you have the Spirit of the Most High on the inside of you, when you have the light on the inside of you, Satan will use people who will try to create a trauma bond with you. So you, the person who has the Spirit on the inside of you, the light on the inside of you, so you rely on them. You have to go to them. So they will purposely put you in a position where you have to dang near beg for their help. And that's exactly what they want you to do. A lot of these people will watch you. They will watch you suffer, right? But you're not suffering enough for them, so they don't step in to help you. You ever like peep that when you going through a rough time, and then it's like when you are at your bottom, like you about to crash out, that's when they pop in and be like, oh, I'm gonna help you. And then you start thinking like, okay, hold on now. Now, sometimes when you're really vulnerable, you don't care. You just take the help. But see, here's the thing. Patterns, right? I've been here before. I've been in positions where I've been, very vulnerable, but it's funny how it's not until I'm on the verge of crashing out, that's when you help me. So what you're saying is this entire time you've been watching me. You've been watching me, but you only want to help when I'm about to crash out. When I'm on the verge of crashing out. That's the only time you want to help. And a lot of people, they want to do this because they want to feel like God sent them to help you. Mind you, they've been watching you the whole time suffer. Come on, y'all. Satan is very, very crafty out here. He is very crafty out here. He wants God's people to rely on his children. Satan has children, God has children. And Satan wants God's children to rely on him to do something. And what is that? Idolatry. Because at the end of the day, all you need is him. I might go deeper into this with more scripture, but I just wanted to bring this up because it was on my mind. People will try to create trauma bonds with you, like on purpose, to get you in a position where you are unstable, so you can run and beg them to help you out your situation. Because when you get help out of your situation, who really gets the glory? Is it really him, or is it the person who put you in that position in the first place? They want the glory because they feel like they're God. So I just wanted to mention that.